the artistic directors of High Society Cabaret, and I'm here with the other artistic director, Belle Epoque. Yay! So we're going into, I guess this is our, which one would this be? 1, 2, 3, 4, our 5th full-length production.
Yeah.
Which is La Dolce Vita, which we originally did
2014.
2014? No way!
Jaeger was born in 2014, and he was 9 months old when we put this on stage the first time.
Right, because we did this in the fall originally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so
that's
it was
right.
2014, so that was like four years ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's a long time.
The company's gotten big.
It's gotten big, and it's really like every time I watch a performance on stage, whether it's a full-length show or a speakeasy,
Yeah.
I am floored by the talent that we are able to work with.
It's amazing, and they're also lovely on top of it. Imagine where we started. We started before we were High Society Cabaret, just before all that stuff. Like we were doing like much smaller shows.
Yeah, well 2012 was when I joined Diva Girl and met you, and we did some projects together under that umbrella. We were doing this Jersey Boys flash mob.
Right.
I took your workshop.
Right.
And then we were doing like small corporate gigs here and there.
Yeah, the corporate bookings that were there, and some of the Diva Girl events that were running at the time.
Yeah.
The same kind of cutesy cabaret, corporate heels type dancing.
Yeah, and it's funny because at the time, that's what I was seeking out a way of getting into burlesque.
That's
and
right.
Cabaret. I'd seen some videos online about Diva Girl, and I saw probably all the dance stuff was you. So I'm going, oh, cool. I need to sign up and get in there because that girl seems to know what she's doing.
I forget that I was the face of Diva Girl. Like I was one of the faces of Diva Girl for the longest time.
So I went to Latisse in February. It was the first Diva Girl event I ever attended. I'm like, oh my god, there's dancing happening here. This is great. I'm in the right place. And I meet you. Like I met you. We had a quick exchange where I think I wore these like crazy Salvatore Ferragamo heels that were like this high. And like I would dance on bars in these heels.
Of course, like, Belle would drop the fucking like designer label that you were wearing.
Sorry, couldn't help it. It's part of the story.
This is par. Like for knowing her for as long as I have, this is par. Where she's like, and I wore my Givenchy, and this is what happened. And I'm like, of course you did.
You approached me, and you're like, come on, because I was kind of standing on the sidelines, just sort of like taking it all in, and I'm like wearing this dress that is like, it's like vacuum sealed to my body. And like we're doing like deep squats, and I'm like, I don't think I can deep squat in this dress. Knox comes up to me and she's like, you should be up here doing this. And I'm like, oh, but I'm in like 8-inch heels. And she's like, so am I. Let's go. And I'm like, fuck. Okay.
No excuses.
We went forward, and
excuses.
That was our very earliest interaction.
Yeah, and then where we really became friends, and I said this on stage at Speakeasy a couple of months ago, where we really became friends was after the Diva Girl conference, not at the conference.
No,
but the after party that was at Sea Lounge that I don't know if it exists still. I have no idea. Everyone's exhaused, and somehow you and I are tearing up the dance floor like assholes. We're not dancing sexy or anything. We're doing we're doing throwbacks to like Sprinkler and 90s Cabbage Patch, and dudes are coming up to us and we're blowing them off, and like none of the girls are keeping up. I feel like that was one of those nights where it's like the house lights came on. You know the one where it's like now you get to see what everyone actually looks like.
Yeah. And where all the sweat marks are.
Like, all the
makeup has come off.
We closed the bar. We closed that club. And everyone's exhausted, and we're just like, cool, so again.
Let's just keep going. And people, I remember there being like, heels were broken, so people were tapping out left and right. You and I were just like going for it.
It was a marathon, and we fucking won it.
Yeah, we did. And like, so we always say that we fell in love on a dance floor.
Yeah,
and then once like High Society got up and running, Knox was coming on board to do more of the focus choreo.
Yeah.
And like bit by bit, I'm like, please do more. I love working with you, mentor me. And we would sit and talk about like the next concept for a next show, and I'd be like, okay, so this is my vision and this is what I think it should be, and then I would be looking for the words, and Knox would be like, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, boom, and I'm like, you're in my brain. Like the words that I search for, she would finish my sentences. So we kind of clued in from a very early point. I think that we really
I just knew how to translate
a creative brain.
Yeah, like I always knew exactly what you were going for, and you struggle with words, and you go like, but it's like this, but it's not this, and I go, oh, I know what you're doing. Yeah. And then I'd find the references that I knew you were thinking of. Yeah. And send them to you. It's like, you want something like this, but this way. Like she'd get the same reaction every time, where she'd freak out and go, oh my god,
this is so crazy. That's what I
that's how this company really came to be, is between the two of us, of you going, I want to do this amazing thing, and me going, yeah, you should do this amazing thing, and then translating and putting my flair on it, and then me organizing, helping you be organized, and getting it done.
Yeah.
You've always been the founder. You've always been kind of the brainchild. It's always kind of been your ideas and where we go each season to season and where you want to go. But I've always been the one that's been the doer and the one to like take those ideas and run.
Yeah. You bring that dream, that vision to life. Like you make that a tangible thing.
Yeah.
And translate it onto a stage. And so every time we do a show, I have these moments where I'm just like floored because I'm like, and there it is.
Yeah.
It's happening, and it's so exciting.
The past year especially has been like a big deal for us with that one. Yeah. The past year was a really massive step on so many different levels. Like going to full productions and full scripts, to expanding the company. We used to only, all our shows until the beginning of 2016. We had no more than probably about 6 people, maybe 7 in a show.
It was always like under, it was small.
It was very small.
Not counting audience members.
Not counting audience members. And we always had 4 featured dancers, and then we started integrating a couple of guests by, I think it was 2013, 2014-ish.
Yeah. I think by the time we were like in Parlor, which was our former home base venue, we did 2 seasons there.
We did 2 seasons there.
And that's where we started, I mean, we had a few opening acts, and then we would have, you were bringing in people from the burlesque community.
We brought in a tango troupe one time. Yeah. It's how we started working with Maximum Capacity.
Max was like one of our first.
Yeah, we had Zyra, we had Pastel Supernova, we had Bianca Boom Boom.
Yep. Charlie.
We had Charlie Quinn.
Charlie was our first, actually.
Charlie was our first, right.
She did her Marilyn with the phone, and I was just like starstruck with her. I was like, whoa.
Because I was working with her a lot at that time, and I was like, come do the show. Yeah. And now here we are. But this is all like, and this is something I feel like people don't understand, and I'm starting to talk about it more a little bit, that it's like where we are now was the dream.
Yes. It's kind of scary. I mean, it's amazing, but sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, it's so easy to get overwhelmed and scared, because we get these ideas. Like in this show, Dolce Vita, I'm like, we need to build the Trevi Fountain. So
Anna wants to build the Trevi Fountain, and my mind starts running, and I'm like, okay. So I can't actually build the Trevi Fountain.
How else can
So how am I going to do this?
How can we achieve this? And then we just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
And, you know, we always sort of run into these moments where it's like there's this thing that we need to do that's like absolutely frightening. And then like a week later we're doing it. There's a plan. And Knox is like,
we're going to try.
We're going to do it like this. And it's going to be fine.
We're going to try it, and we're going to see what happens, and then we're just going to go.
Like the Shays in Portrait of a Scandal.
Fuck me. Yeah.
So one day I'm like at home waiting for Knox to come over for a production meeting where we're going to be developing the script a little more and like fleshing it out. And she like texts me. She's like, I found a Shays Lounge up your street. And it was like February. It was like in an ice storm. The thing was like frozen solid. It was a curbside
It was
find.
out for
it was
like
petrified. It was like frozen. She's like, we have to get the Shays down to your house. And so I'm like, drop everything. I think, you know, my daughter's like asleep in her crib upstairs. I'm like, how do we do this? And I'm like texting my brother because
I'm giving you the address. Like it's a whole like 1,000 meters from your doorstep. Like it can't be that hard.
And it's free because it's
free.
It's someone's, you know, trash. I suit the kids up in their snowsuits, put them in the stroller. Where our mission is to go to the coffee shop that's at the top of the street.
Yes.
We walk by.
On Broadview,
Check it out. There's nobody there. On the way back, though, after the coffee shop tantrum about the sprinkle cookies, was the construction guys that were working on this house were on the front porch as a stroke of luck. And I'm like, hi, tell me about this Shays. Is it available? I just live down the street and I don't have a car today.
That's right, you did do that.
And I only have the stroller, and these guys were so kind. They were like, what's your address? We have a truck. We'll drop it off on your lawn later today. And sure enough, we came home later, and there was the Shays on my front porch.
Yeah.
Much to my husband's chagrin.
It lived in the garage for a while, and then when I had time, as we were getting to production for portrait, I came in. I got some better stain so we could clean it up.
Yeah.
I cheated with the fabric, and I just got spray paint.
That was spray painted.
That was spray paint. We looked at getting it reupholstered, and we looked at it getting actually refurbished so that we could keep it to use it again.
Yeah.
But the damage on the back of it, like the wood had been eaten away on the back of the chaise.
Yeah.
To the point where it didn't hold a lot of weight. Like I'm surprised no one died off
I
that
know.
chair. Like
We're actually
got very
really
lucky
that no one got hurt.
No one really had to go off the back of that chaise. But I spray painted it, and I only spray painted on the front and a little bit along the sides because I ran out of spray paint. And then we just made sure that with blocking that we never saw the back of that chaise lounge.
Front facing.
Always front facing. And they're in the photos. They're in the first photos of Portrait of a Scandal.
Yeah.
I doubt we'll have the luck to find another curbside find like that.
Yeah, that was a real stroke of luck.
That was a stroke of luck. But this has been our entire company of like, holy shit, we gotta do this thing. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And then it always happens. Every show that we ever do, everything magically falls into place, and all the work that we do just pays off, and it happens.
Yeah.
And it happens in ways that I think both of us have just never predicted.
No.
Like we've always talked about how we wanted to do these bigger shows and how we wanted to be in bigger venues and where we want to take this company. And it's not until the past year.
Yeah.
And it's really started to happen. Like even getting into Revival, the place that is now our new home and is so lovely.
Yeah.
And Joe's so lovely, and everyone who works there is so amazing. Was just because Saucy Kalahora made a post in one of the Facebook burlesque groups saying Revival's looking for shows to book. And we were starting to come to the end of our time with Parlor.
Yeah.
And I saw the opportunity and I was like Belle, it's time. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this. Holy shit, and now we're there.
Really, really exciting. I feel like in a lot of ways our company is very much in if you build it. Like
it kind of is.
Like our sort of mantra is very much if you build it, and I'm always kind of going, but can we? And you're like, yes, we can.
We're gonna make it work. An old jazz teacher that I had at university was just constantly make it work. Just make it work. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's been our mantra. It's like, we'll make it work. There's always a plan B. There's always a solution.
Yeah.
And
problem solving is big on our list.
Problem solving is really big. It's really big on things that we bring to the table. And our cast has now gotten on top of that too. If they weren't problem solvers before, they've become problem solvers.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
It's so amazing that we can have that communication, talk it through, and go, there's going to be a solution. There's going to be a way to do this.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of the time if there is no light at the end of the tunnel, or if there's no way of troubleshooting through that hurdle, whatever that hurdle is.
Yeah.
As artists, I feel like we will then just not try to do it.
It's really easy for a lot of artists to get discouraged.
Just get discouraged and quit and say, okay, well maybe not this time. Of course.
And I don't like that it's easier to quit, and to me, and this is why I'm sick. It's way more fun to try to find the solution and to conquer it.
Yeah.
But I'm always looking for a challenge. And to me, any trouble that comes across is just a new challenge we're going to tackle. Yeah. Even if it goes to pot, even if it fucking burns to the ground, it makes a great story.
Yep. And we have a few of those, but we won't talk about so many today. But
we have a collection of shows that shall not be named from our early years.
Yeah, don't get us started.
They're fun to think about though, like now that we're, 6 years later.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to have the perspective now to look back and say these were the struggles that we came.
That's where we were.
We had to rise above them. We had to move past them. We had to get back on the horse and just keep going. I feel like we've been really good at just keeping each other
grounded
on that path and grounded. I think because we both are equally so passionate about this company and about our creative visions, and we just get so excited that failure is not an option.
No,
we
it's
just
not.
have to make it happen one way or another.
We just make it work.
Yeah.
You make it work.
Yeah.
So we're coming into our 5th large production, La Dolce Vita, which is technically a remount of our 2014 show, La Dolce Vita. Belle is going to make her debut in one of the big shows as a lead. Which has been super exciting to get you back in the game. I'm so excited to get you back in the game. You're overdue. Like, you've done it. You started the family. You had the children. They're nice and established. It's time to bring you back.
Yeah, it's like while I was on mat leave, we started to do these full-length shows, and so I was sort of out of commission. So I would work from home in the dark, waiting for my children to fall asleep, and I would.
She did a lot of the unseen work with administration and clearing ideas, and like when we work with clients, working with clients. I'm the person on the front lines. She's in the tower doing paperwork.
Yeah. Or then working on, you know, a featured act that I can do on my own time that will be in the show. Breaking through that last year and doing Portrait and the Aphrodite act was really...
It was a big step.
A great step to just kind of get back and be part of one of our new big scale productions.
Yeah.
And, you know, having developed the story for that was a big thing too. And
this is your first script too.
This is my first script that I've ever written as a mature artist.
Which was super funny to edit that script. She doesn't know how great she is, and it's just funny. I love Belle because sometimes you're a bit of an airhead sometimes. I say that with the most love in my heart, that you're such an airhead sometimes. And then you produce this script, and I'm looking at the writing, and as I'm editing and smoothing out some of the edges, and I'm looking at the content, and I'm looking at the emotional quality and the characters you've developed, I'm like, fuck, she doesn't even know what she's done. And then we get it on stage, and already in rehearsals you've been like, oh, that's what I did? And I'm like, oh god. Like, yes, that's what you did. You created that.
Kind of surreal, because I just feel, I guess I felt so disconnected, you know, from myself as a performing artist in the last couple of years, and you know, running on like zero sleep and verbal abuse, constant verbal abuse from small children. I really kind of fly by the seat of my pants, and so when I have these ideas, like I have to get it all out, because I have a window of time to do it. So there's the pressure there to get it done,
or else it won't get done.
And it won't get done. But you know, this also was an idea that's been stewing in my mind
for years.
So it's been in there, it's been marinating, and it's been kind of like working itself out of my brain.
I mean, I wasn't surprised when the script came out the way it did, because I know how long you've been sitting with this show especially. This show especially, like this one and Portrait were two shows that have been
very dear to me.
They're very dear to you, and they've been sitting with you for such a long time that I was like, by the time we bring it to its full incarnation, like it's going to be awesome. And already it's going to be awesome. So you need to make sure that you get tickets to La Dolce Vita, happening May 2nd, 3rd, 9th, and 10th. That we're going to see Belle Epoque do her first lead role in one of our big productions. I'm so excited. Make sure that you're staying tuned to everything that's happening. We'll be doing more behind the scenes, especially after this show is done. We've got ideas. Oh my god, we're scheming.
We're opening up new cans of worms.
You'll want to keep your eye on us. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.